Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about financial literacy. That's going to be business credit, personal credit, credit repair, and all things finance. And today we're going to be looking at the Bank of America Secured Business Credit Card. So I was trying to find a credit card product that was similar to the Sam's Club Business MasterCard. This one isn't going to be exactly the same, but I feel like in terms of the way that you can build a relationship to get this card, to get it to be unsecured, and then from there to get a high credit limit, I think it's the closest thing that we could get next to that. Today, we're going to go over what is a secured credit card. Then we're going to go over some approval tips and some questions that might be commonly asked. And then we're going to go to documentation and information that's required to get this card. And then we're going to also talk about some data points. And then the last thing that we're going to do is take a look at the application on the Bank of America website. So a secured business credit card is a way to build business credit or to rebuild business credit. You will get business credit history and you will get a score from this card. This is different from traditional credit cards because you do have to put down a deposit in order to get the credit line. That's what makes it secured. An unsecured line of credit is where you don't have to put up any collateral in order to get that line of credit. Now, during the application process, you will make a refundable deposit via electronic transfer. The money then becomes the credit limit that is borrowed against. So the deposit acts as the collateral so that the institution, in this case, Bank of America, can cover any debts in case you're unable to repay, thus making this a very easy card to qualify for because you're putting up the amount as collateral that you're going to be using for the credit line regardless. Even though you are doing this, I'm going to talk, soon how this becomes a $10,000 unsecured line of credit for you and your business. So before we talk about that, let's address some common questions. So what happens to my secured credit card deposit? Your deposit is kept in a bank account, and when you're ready to close the account, you can pay off your balance and get the deposit back. Before closing the account, it must be in good standing with a zero balance. Your secured credit card may be converted to an unsecured card, after which you receive your money back. So that's the beauty of this, and I'm going to get into some data points a little bit later, but this credit card can graduate to unsecured status where you get your deposit back, and then you can start to apply for credit line increases for this card. So this is really for someone who has bad credit or you're working on your credit. You can then use a limit of $1,000 with the business secure card with Bank of America. And then once that card graduates, you can then start getting unsecured business lines of credit. And it's kind of a backdoor way for you to be able to get this card without having to actually qualify per se. Now, how does this help me with business funding? You build a relationship with one of the largest financial institutions in the United States. This is a great opportunity for you. If your credit score isn't high enough for the unsecured option, then this is another method of getting that card. Again, how does this help you build business credit? You get access to business credit while you're rebuilding personal credit. So if you can't qualify for an unsecured business credit card, this is a great alternative. You're going to get access to this card to build a relationship. It'll act just like a unsecured card in terms of how you use it. So you build this, it reports to the SBFE, that is the Small Business Financial Exchange. This bureau is utilized by Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax Business, and Experian Business. So even though this particular card may not report directly to them, they're still going to pull information from the Small Business Financial Exchange, and this will go into your trade line experience. It'll also be seen as the credit line, greatly improving your chances of getting other business credit cards in the future. So it's definitely something to have, especially when you've already gotten a few net 30s and you need a revolving credit card account. This is a great option. Let's go over some approval tips in order for you to get this card. The biggest reason I see people get declined for this particular card is for incorrect information. You want to make sure your personal information is correct. There are no misspellings or mistakes. Personal information and business information has to match what you put on your EIN letter. That's the letter you get from irs.gov. That's going to have your EIN number, the employee identification number. You use that for taxes for your business. The address and name should match on the application. It should also match on your driver's license, and it should match on all other documentation. You don't want to have any mismatch of information. Everything should all be the same. All right. This should also match what's on the Secretary of State website. So, for example, if you were to start your business and then you moved, you're going to want to update all this information. You're going to want to update that with the Secretary of State. You're going to want to update that and get a new EIN letter. There's a phone number on that letter. You should still have it. Call if you need to make changes. They will then make changes and send you a new one. Okay. So if anything does happen where you need to make these changes, please keep all the information up to date as you move and change addresses. Now, there are some industries that are restricted. I tried to put them all on this list, but of course it's so many, but I wanted to touch on the ones that will probably be most obvious. 1-800 chat sites, adult industry, airline and booking industries, Amazon stores, attorney and referral services, auto warranties, auctions, background check services, credit repair, bankruptcy attorneys, business consulting, business opportunities, cannabis products, casinos and gambling, coins and collectibles, credit monitoring, crypto and forex trading, dating, debt collections, drop shipping, electronics, fantasy sports, financial planning and advisory, firearms, furniture stores, a gentleman's club, weapons of any kind. If any of your businesses are one of these, and I'm going to say trucking because trucking is another one. If your business falls under one of these, it's likely, even if you provide a secured line of credit, they still won't approve you for the card just because you're in a high risk industry. So just keep in mind that the reason why these are restricted is to protect the interests of the bank. Because if they were to fall under any type of lawsuits, they would not want to be involved in any of these businesses. Okay. So there is a list that you can look at. If you ask me what you should do, if you just want to start a business but don't know what it is, do something of general purpose like business services, business. It's if you look for the NAICS code, just Google general business services. And then some stuff will come up. But that's the easiest one because it's very, very common and it's very broad. And it could fall under a bunch of different things. So you can kind of make changes as you go if you don't know what you're quite doing yet. Now, there is documentation that is required for this particular card. And this is pretty much going to be standard across all business applications. They're going to need your company name, your EIN, your phone number, your email address, your personal address, of course, your business address as well. If they're both the same, then that's fine. Your industry type, your current bank information, and they may ask for your personal bank information where, they have about 3 statements. All right. Contact details and owner details. All right. You just want to make sure you have all of this information either on hand or this information so that you can put it on the application. Now, here are those data points that I wanted to discuss with you. So this is the Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards Secured Business Credit Card. This card has no annual fee. Okay. This card will begin review after 12 months of payments for graduation to become an unsecured card. So if you use this card for 12 months, they will consider your current score as well as your entire banking relationship with Bank of America. If your card does not graduate at the 12-month mark, it will again be reviewed monthly on a statement closing date basis. They pull from your personal TransUnion FICO score. Okay. As far as I know, it could be either FICO 8 or FICO 9, but I believe it is FICO 8. They're going to pull that score for you. Now, it is a credit check with a personal guarantee. So you will receive a hard inquiry. I recommend that you at least have a credit score of 580. Now, when I tried to get some more data points for this particular card, I have seen individuals who had a 620 credit score get denied. I've also seen people that have, the 580 credit score get approved. What I would recommend, make sure your utilization is low. Make sure utilization from all your cards is very, very low. Try to clean up as much as you can. Get the personal information straight. If you do have collections, I would look at getting those removed. We have videos on this channel that you can watch that can help you with that. If you have charge-offs, I would at least attempt to start getting those removed. But I would say at least get the collections, the old personal information. Try to only have maybe 1 or 2 hard inquiries if you can, just to increase your chances. Because even though this is a secured card, you can be denied for this card. This is not a guaranteed approval, but most people with the 580 credit score and a couple of things that are on there, like a couple of old accounts, they seem to be able to still get this card. Okay. Your minimum deposit has to be $1,000. Your credit line will equal your deposit. The maximum credit line you can have on this card is $10,000. Okay. That is the maximum amount that you can deposit. The cool thing is, whatever you deposit, once this card graduates, you will get that back. Okay. You will get it back. I would say get the deposit, make the payments on time, use it as you would use any regular card. And then after 12 months, then you can look for graduation. If you need to call so you can find out if there's any other criteria that you need to meet, then call and verify that. But after 12 months of on-time payments, you should be good to graduate with this card, get your deposit back, and then you can start getting credit limit increases up to $10,000 for this card. So even while you're working on repairing credit, you can do something like this. You could also get the Sam's Club Business MasterCard. Between both of them, you can gain access to $30,000 of credit line. Okay. This card does have cash back. You can earn 1.5% cash back on all purchases. And right now, the APR for this card is 28.49% variable. And that can change. This is the APR as of today's date. And today is May 26, 2024. So once again, this is subject to change. You may be watching this video now and it may be completely different than what it is right now. All right, next thing, we're going to head over to the Bank of America website. We're going to take a look at the credit card again, just going over the data points once more, and then we'll take a look at the application process. All right, we are currently on the Bank of America website. You're going to want to go to credit cards, and then you're going to want to look for build or strengthen business credit. When you do that, the first thing that you're going to get is our Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards MasterCard Secure Credit Card. All right. It lets you know that you can open your account with a deposit. The minimum, of course, is still $1,000 upon approval. Your credit line will equal your deposit amount. You can build your credit history with consistent payments, seamless transactions, and then you also earn the 1.5% cash back. Let's just check the learn more. All right. And on here, we want to just check the card details, flexible redemption options, everything that we looked at previously. No annual fee. Of course, 28.49% APR, a balance transfer fee of 4%. All right. Everything seems to be pretty standard. And that is everything. We always want to make sure that before we apply that nothing has changed. Even now, as this video starts to age, this information may not be relevant. Always go there and check the card details, check the interest rates, check the features and security, check if anything changed with the requirements. Things change all the time. All right, so let's go to apply now. All right, so we're on the Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards MasterCard Secure Credit Card application. When we scroll down, it's going to have us enter our business name, the business name that we want on the card. Does your business have a DBA, a doing business as? So there's an alias that you may have for your business. You need to enter the business address as well as the suite number or unit number, the city, state, zip code, the country, your business phone number. It's going to ask where your main office is located, the business mailing address if it's different than the physical, and then it wants the federal tax ID, your country of formation, your structure for your business, whether it's a corporation, an LLC, or any other structure. And then it's going to ask for the number of employees, your type of industry, your gross annual sales, the year that your business was established, the months that the business has been established. Is this a non-operating entity? Does the business have a non-U.S. business activity, which most of us should not? Is the business operating as a charity or non-governmental organization? If you're doing an LLC or corporation, then this would not apply to you. But if it does, then you would want to select that as it applies. If you have a nonprofit, does this business engage in internet gambling activities? Again, that was one of our high risk industries, so we would want to select no. And then it would want personal information. And on the personal information, your first name, your last name, what is your job title with this company, the name as it appears on the card, so your first and last name. Is the residential address the same as the business address? More than likely, it will be. It'll want your primary phone number separate from the business number. Are you a citizen of the United States? If you're a dual citizen, your country of residence, your date of birth, and then it will also go into your gross household income. So the total gross household income, the source of your income. If it's your job, it wants to know your occupation, your housing status, your monthly housing payment, your percentage of ownership, who is the controlling manager, which if it's a one person company, it should just be you. And then it wants to know the source of opening this account. So you can say if you have a Bank of America checking account, if you do have one, highly recommended, because you already will have a relationship established with Bank of America. Definitely transfer it from your checking and your savings. With this credit card, you do not have to have an account with Bank of America in order to qualify for it. I believe that it would help if you did, but it's not a requirement. You don't have to do that. You can enter other checking or savings. You'll then want to read the terms and conditions that will go over the interest rate and the finance charges. You'll submit the application, and then you will hit continue to go to the next screen. And once your application is approved, you might get a message that looks similar to this. Your credit card application, the decision, then we're happy to let you know it's been approved. You'll receive it in the next 7 to 10 days, and then your welcome package and information. Now, if you are not approved for this card, there's always a reconsideration line that you can call. I would give that number a call, reach out to Bank of America, see if there's any particular reason why. It could have been from just them not being able to verify information. If that's the case, just make sure all the information is correct, verify it with them, and then have them resubmit that application for you. All right. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Let me know of any other cards that you would like me to review or take a look at. And you guys have a wonderful day.